Hey you guys, what's up? This is my first video for you guys and I'm ready to get started with you guys' first project. So what you guys are going to want to do is, before we even get started with creating a new project, I want to teach you guys how to make Visual Studio 2013 open up as administrator every time. This will help with conflicts of your program, whatever. So what you want to do is go to the file location of Visual Studio. You can do that is if you have it on your quick start, your start menu, anywhere, you can right click it, go to more or whatever it is, you'll find it and it'll say open file location. Go ahead and do that. May bring you to a shortcut. You just want to go ahead and open that location as well. Once you find it, it should say wdexpress.exe. You want to go over into properties, go into compatibility, and make sure run this program as administrator is checked. Then go ahead and hit OK. So once you have that, that will definitely help with any problems that your program has, and we can get started. So go ahead and run Visual Studio 2013 or whatever version you have. Now you can go ahead and hit new project here in the start, but you can go ahead and go to file and new project, just in case you exit out of the start page. Now that may seem simple and you guys may be asking why I'm already teaching you guys, just showing you guys that thing, but it's because some of you guys are brand new to this and I want you guys to have everything at your guys' hands and just everything, you guys. So go ahead and hit new project. You can name this whatever you want. I'm just going to leave it as it is, Windows Application 4, but you can name it like Surfboard or 1 or whatever you want to, I guess. Go ahead and hit OK. So we're going to go ahead and just kind of create the standards for this program and make it really presentable. We're not going to really add any functions or any programming. We're just going to make this really presentable. So let's go ahead and get started. This is an ugly shape and it's just such a basic shape. So we're going to go ahead and just kind of stretch that out. Okay, so it says Form 1 up here, and if we go ahead and debug it, which will run the application for us, it's going to say Form 1 at the top, and that's really ugly to me. You want to name this form to whatever you named your program. Or you can name it to like a main, or you can name it to welcome. Now what this is down here is this is your properties. This is going to change the properties of any objects that you click on. So if you click on the form, this is going to change the properties of Form 1. So go ahead and click the Form 1 and we can go down here. We might want this topmost, which means it'll appear on top of all other windows. But we want to really change the starting position. We want this to be centered. Now, I don't normally have the minimize or maximize button on my main form or my welcome form. I normally disable that. So I go to maximize box and I just hit F, which changes it to false. Or you can hit the drop down and hit false. So those are really the basic properties for Form 1. And we'll go over a lot more as we get more advanced through this programming. So let's go ahead and go over the properties of a button, just the basic, and the properties of a text box. So you can find these in the toolbox. You can normally find the toolbox and the properties if you exit out of it in the view. And if you really can't find it and you need additional help, you can always Google. So this button 1 is really ugly, but let's say we want to, if you hit Control C and Control V, you can add another text box. But what we can pretend we're doing is adding a login. I'm just doing this so we have something to name the button 1. So we go into button 1, we can rename it to log in. We can align the text to however we want it. And there's not a whole lot to do for buttons. You can change the font, the text color, whatever you'd like. But you can also change it so it's flat. I do like the flat look because it looks more advanced, I guess. But when you make it flat, you have to set a lot of standards to it. So if you go into flat appearance, you have to set all 3 of these to make it look decent, I guess. We can change the back color if we really wanted to. I guess I'll go ahead and do that. So now we want to resize the form so it matches this right here. And let's say we want the first text box 1. We want the text to say username. So this is going to be the username field, of course. And there's not a whole lot of settings, but to match that button, we want the border style, which is going to change the way that this text box looks. We want that to fix single. You can't really tell a whole bunch of difference right now, but when we run the program, we will. And for this one, we want the border style to fix single just as well. And if you guys are on Windows 7, this will make a huge difference just as well, changing the border style. We want to use system password car. We want that true. And we want to change the text to password. So this is really all we're doing, is just messing with the properties, and we can check that out. So now when the user runs the program, they have username, which they can type their username, and then their password, they can type whatever they want, whether it's numbers, whatever, and the login button to log in. So this is actually really decent and nice, and I hope you guys followed along. There won't be any coding for this lesson because we did no coding. This is just basic, you guys, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please continue on to the next lesson, as I'd greatly appreciate it.